Welcome to the Daily Dish with New York Times bestselling author Leanne Ely. Putting vibrancy back into your everyday life and feeding your heart, mind, body, and soul. Join us every day at 1 p.m. Eastern for Motivational Monday, Tuesday's Tip, Wise Woman's Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Food Fight Friday, and of course Q&A, where no question is off limits, and Soulful Saturday. Here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Hey, it's Monday! Motivational Monday is what it is. And here come the troops. There's Denise and there's Jackie and Jocelyn. Good to see you. Everybody else should be marching in here pretty quickly. There's my girl Eileen. Very good to see you. Glad you're here. It's Motivational Monday. This week, we're going to be all about mindfulness. Isn't that going to be a fun one? Lucy, happy birthday. It's Lucy Hayes' birthday today. Hi, Connie. I'm glad you're here. Martha's in the house. Carol's in the house. Did you see Carol's 4-minute video? She did a great job. I was so proud of you, Carol. Mary Ann, there's Flynn, Patsy, Marguerite, Debbie, Terry. Look at you all marching in. Margaret's holding down the fort. There's Jerry. There's Helen. Tonight, by the way, we can all get together again. You want to play some more? Let's do it. It's not going to be a slumber party or pajama party, and you know we do those on the regular. Hey, Jackie and Doris, good to see you. But it will be. We're going to be talking about detoxing and what it is and what it isn't. Steph, I'm glad you're here. I want you to know something. There is a big time difference between what we see all these celebrities doing versus supporting your body's natural detoxification processes. That's what we're going to be doing. Flynn, if you haven't reached listen, I'm going to tell you how to get signed up right now. savingdinner.com/restore. Don't you love that URL? Restore, because that's what we're going to do. And by the way, speaking, you want to detox? I want to detox too. Let's get on that. Let's everyone get on it, because really it's a very important part of what we do. We did it at the beginning of the year. We're going to do it now. We're going to do it at least a couple of times a year, if not more. Actually, we wanted to do it a lot earlier, but we, just the way things were, it just didn't work out so well. And I'm going to tell you right now that this is one of the most important things that you do. Our bodies are always in a state of natural detoxification. What I'm trying to do here is show you how we can support the natural process. That's it. Yeah. Because I'll tell you something. When you see all these detoxes and all this weird stuff and people getting sick and all of that, that's really hard, and it's very stressful on your body. Instead, we pull it all together and we show you how to do this in a way that's supportive of that process. And I'm going to share all about that tonight. Hey, Allison, I'm glad you're here. So all you need to do is go to savingdinner.com/restore, and that's how you can get signed up. We also sent an email out this morning. So check your emails. If you're not getting our emails, what the heck? Just go to savingdinner.com and sign up for our emails. You'll start getting our emails. That's how you get the show notes. It's how we communicate, for heaven's sakes, and let you know all the things that are coming up. So speaking of this, a lady at school today made a comment about skin. I've been telling everybody, well, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, skin, that's important. We also, if you've seen it on Facebook, we have a gorgeous skin webinar that we did a while back, and that is all recorded and what have you. Go watch that if you want. And, there's a lot of, I find, and let me just ask you, hi, Anne, I'm so glad you're back. Let me ask you, do you find yourself, when you are educated and you understand the whys and wherefores and all of that, don't you feel more inclined to do it? Don't you feel more inclined to take action? I do. That's why we do all these webinars. That's why we're constantly telling you about, you got to get this, and this is how it works, and this is what we're doing, and we're doing it as a group. When we understand what we're doing, the needle moves, because the aha steps in, doesn't it? I love aha moments. Our supplement of, speaking of ahas, and I told you about tonight, well, guess what? Vibrant Detox is our supplement of the week. We have absolutely gone all out on this. And this is the way you should be getting this, right? Buy it as a supplement of the week. Go to savingdinner.com/show. You know why? I'm going to give you our one pot meals. Now, let me just tell you, our one pot meals are the bomb.com. They're some of my most favorite recipes. And you get to choose everything about it, and it's absolutely delicious. I mean, these meals are, we have sheet pans, skillet dinners, crock pot, Instapot, all kinds of stuff. These one pot meals, everyone should have this. This is just one of my favorite collection of recipes. And we're giving it to you when you get your Vibrant Deep Detox. So the webinar is tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern. This is the supplement we'll be using for it. So go ahead and get it now and get the supplement of the week so that you can get this incredible bonus, because it won't be on for tonight, right? It's only here. So go to savingdinner.com/show. That's how you get it. So worth it. So worth it. You want those meals. They are the best. Absolute best. Now, we have a new quote of the week. If you were here on Saturday, you saw it. Look, the past is a great teacher, but a horrible landlord. Don't live there. Is this not right? You know what? And the next sentence should be, use the experience file instead, right? Our experience file is everything. It just really helps us to move on and to get on with our lives. I have a life to live. I don't know about you, and I want to do it, every drop of it, vibrantly. Every single one of it. That's all I want to do. We have all these success tools. And I'm going to say too, the journal is one of them, but I'll talk about that in half a sec. But we've got these quote decks. These are fabulous, where you can take a quote out of these 56 cards that are there. They come in this little plastic things, and they stay really nice. They're not going to get all dirty and stuff. And you take this, you put it on this little stand, which comes with your quote deck, and you put it there on your desk and let it do its work. It does its work, whether you're conscious of it or not. There's a lot of psychology and a lot of science that has gone into every single product that we have on our site. It's to bring you to the place of mindfulness, which, by the way, is our theme of the week. Isn't this fun? I love how everything all fits together. So grab yours at savingdinner.com/quote if you have not done that yet. Just letting you know, we still have them in the shop. Now's the time to get them, because when they run out, they will be gone. We'll be going on into our next ones. Hi, Priscilla. Very good to see you. Mary Ann and Angie. Lovely to have you aboard. Really glad you're here. I know I missed somebody. Gwen, I saw Gwen too. Hi, Gwen. The Mindful Mug, another success tool. This will teach you how to be mindful with your meals. There's a whole blog post that'll tell you all about it and how to get it for free or pay for it. Your choice, savingdinner.com/mug. But go read it. Go read it. These are just not like, oh, here's a rando, have this mug. No, there's a real purpose behind the mug, and it works. It is an effective tool. But my favorite one, of course, well, this one's the journal. It's the Take Back Your Life journal. Now you can find, and the mug is at savingdinner.com/mug, but the journal you will find at savingdinner.com/journal. Is it not beautiful? You haven't seen anything yet. Look at, these are some of the quotes that are inside, right? One of the Jen Rome quotes, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Oh, doesn't that light you up? And then it has the daily planner days in here. It teaches you how to do all of your goals. It brings the sprint into it, because the sprint is a part of it. We're food is fuel for our lives. I can't wait to share this with you. When you buy it, you will also get the homework that comes with it, so that on Saturday, May 15th or May 22nd, either one or both if you want to, from 10 a.m. Eastern to 12 p.m. Eastern, and then afterwards we're going to be open for Q&A. This is how we move the needle in your life. This is a workshop. You're going to come prepared. You're going to come with all the things. You're going to come with your pencils. You're going to come with gold stickers. You're going to come so on fire for your life. You're going to just leave with tears. That's my goal. I want to make you cry. I want you to see how beautiful and vibrant your life can be. And we do it in 12-week increments. Seriously. It's going to be so exciting. Savingdinner.com/journal if you don't have yours yet. You can buy one or you can buy them all for the year if you want to. We've had lots of people doing that. And here's what you need to know. We will send them out priority. Absolutely, because I want to make sure that you have them on time. Deal? Pinkies up. Let's do this. Let's be these people who get what we want out of our lives. And don't forget, get signed up for tonight. It's going to be really interesting. I've been going through my presentation and actually sharpening it up and adding some more stuff. savingdinner.com/restore. It's free. And plus, don't we just have the best group of women? Don't we? Lucy said she got her journals on Saturday afternoon and she loves them. Yay! Allison's got her pinkies up. There goes Patsy's. What do you say? I say do it. Cheers. Here's to pinkies up. Mm-hmm. So I think I told you everything that I need to tell you. I sure as heck did. Oh, and we also have Q&As on Friday. Send your questions into support@savingdinner.com, and in that subject line, question for Leanne on Friday. Then I'll answer anything that you ask. I've even done my hair before. Anybody here for the hairdo doing? Somebody wanted to know how to do this mess, but okay, you want to know? I'll show you. You know, nothing's off limits. Nothing, almost nothing. So just so much fun. Mindfulness is our topic of the week. And on a Motivational Monday, what do you think? What a good combo. So I want to talk about this subject because so many times, and I have gotten the emails before, and well, Jenny knows, I had this one conversation going back and forth with a woman who just couldn't find the motivation. And I have to say to you, motivation's never found, it's created. That's number one. Always remember that. You don't find it. It doesn't knock on your door. It doesn't rain down from the clouds in heaven. It's not a findable thing. It's an inside job. It's an inside job. And mindfulness produces motivation. I'm going to show you, I'm going to tie this whole thing together, and you guys are going to love this stuff because, especially you note takers, and I know I've got a bunch of you who take notes on this, this is worthwhile. This is really worthwhile. There will be aha moments. There will be things that you look at and you go, okay, I can do this. And it's so freeing, isn't it? When we think that we're held prisoner by this imaginary motivation that we just don't have and everybody else does, you know, we have this idea that they have it and I don't. What's wrong with me? It's not like that. And this will be really freeing. And I'm really excited to share this with you. Yay! Let's do it. So the research tells us, and yes, mindfulness has been researched because mindfulness is a function of your brain. Bruce Lipton tells us, he's the one who wrote, he's a doctor, MD. He wrote The Biology of Belief, and he said that we spend 95% of our time in the unconscious brain, you know? And I've been going through the new book, by the way, almost there, almost ready to give it to our Amber to lay all out and everything. It's done, you know, it's done, but I've been going through it and reading it and making sure, you know, everything is done. Hi, Mary. Mary's a note taker. I know that about you. But here's the thing that I found so interesting in this whole thing with mindfulness is that when you understand that mindfulness is something that you can produce on your own pretty quickly. As a matter of fact, that's why we have mindful mugs, because this immediately makes you go, oh, out of that unconscious place and into your conscious zone. Like I was saying about Bruce Lipton, which phenomenal book, The Biology of Belief. It can be a little, sometimes you're kind of trotting through it, but it is well worth your time. But here's the thing that he says, that when we spend all of our time in our unconscious brain, we are not creating the life that we want to live. We can't. You can't create life, can't create a vibrant life when you're on autopilot all the time. And again, that's fine for cleaning toilets and doing mundane tasks and, you know, whatever, but it's not okay for creating a vibrant life. It will never happen. All of a sudden there will be a deep, deep regret. Vicki says she likes to take notes too. Corliss, I'm glad you're here. Joanne, I'm glad you're here too. Anyway, so because we do this, if we're going to flip it and make a decision that we're going to spend our time mindful, then we're going to want to know how to get this motivation to go there. And I'm going to show you there's kind of a circular little pattern on this whole thing, and it really helps. Because yes, it's been researched. And Bruce Lipton, boy, he unpacks in that book, he unpacks the research in a big way. So there's three mindful practices that this was part of the research that they had. And I'm just going to report this to you because this is not something that I have. And then I'm going to share with you how I see motivation and how mindfulness all works into this, and how motivation is actually produced from mindfulness. I'm going to share all that. So this is what the researchers found is number one of the mindful practices is to pay attention. Now, doesn't that sound like something your sixth grade teacher would say? Pay attention, whatever. But, think about it. How often are we really paying attention? How often are we really giving something our absolute full attention and listening and just, not waiting for a pause in somebody's conversation so we can insert our part, but really listening, really paying attention, being a part of, cooperating with. When we're paying attention, life doesn't pass us by. When we're paying attention, we're a part of something. And we are enjoying, we are demonstrating our love and our care for people. One of the things that I remember in that, what was that movie, that big movie that was a few years ago with the blue people, you remember, is that instead of saying, I love you, they said, I see you. And I remember thinking that really moved me because I thought to myself, this is what everybody wants. They want to be seen. They want to be known. They want to be cared about. And paying attention, avatar, yes, exactly. Paying attention is one of the ways in which we get to a place of mindfulness, because it opens up the possibility of participating and being a part of someone else's life, your own life, nature, everything around you. Paying attention is something, it's not just something sixth grade teachers say, it's something that we need to be aware of. Can you see this? Yeah, everybody's going, avatar, the blue people, you remember that. But anyway, I see you. I see you. This is what paying attention is. It's not just a flip, I love you. No, it's an I see you and I'm with you. Got that? I love that so much. That just fills my heart. Number two is we live in the moment. In other words, we're not always looking, well, there's the next and looking at the clock and trying to speed our way through our day. Have you noticed we sometimes do that? I get that. But instead, it's being in the moment. It is part of the paying attention part, of course. But being in the moment is cherishing our time. And we talked about time was it last week we were talking? I don't know. I lose track. But when we cherish time, we're in the moment. We're having tea. I've seen, we very rarely go to a restaurant these days, and haven't been for a long time. We did on Saturday night. But you know what I noticed? Everybody was paying attention. Everybody was having conversations. Everybody was listening to, people were listening to the music and have chair dancing because we weren't allowed to get up and dance it and all of that. And it was really quite nice. And you know what? I looked around. I did not see one person on their phone, not a soul. And one of the things that I have noticed is when I've gone out before in the past is just how sad. I've watched a whole family of 4 one time with just buried into their phones. That's not paying attention. That's not living in the moment. That's going off into social media land and losing an opportunity to connect. That's what mindfulness does. It brings us back to really our core center beliefs. This is how we also elevate everything. It's how our beautiful selves are fed. It's also our higher self that is called upon to be a part and to connect. That's really important. And number 3 is to accept yourself. How many times do we just diss ourselves all day? Oh, I look fat in that. Oh, look at your hair. Oh my gosh, can't believe you're wearing that. Talking to ourselves in such a way, it's such a put down. What if instead we accept ourselves, warts and all, and we treat ourselves like a cherished friend? That brings us to a place of mindfulness, because the way we treat cherished friends, the way we treat our best friend, we go over and above and beyond for them, don't we? It's a mindfulness relationship thing that we have. What if we did that with ourselves? That is mindfulness, and it requires mindfulness to do. Okay, so those 3 things will begin to open us up, in my opinion, to becoming more mindful and to becoming to get motivation, because it just, one thing begets the other. Do you see the circle on all of this? It's very motivating. Of course it is. Paying attention, and suddenly things come to you. Living in the moment, you're able to see things. It's from going from black and white to color TV. Remember that? Different, beautiful, more stunning, and we get to experience that. And that brings in this mindfulness that was, unaware of before. It really is quite amazing, because we need to understand what is motivation but a driving force. And it means that you've got actions going to willingness, going toward goals, because motivation without action, it's nothing. Mindfulness helps to create motivation to go to the place of action and to get to the place of being willing for a change. Instead of having, all your butts laying up, laying around and using all of those. Instead of all of that, you're going right to this place of willingness, and you're starting to say, I'm going to shoot for the moon. I'm going to go for this goal. It's going to be hard, but I believe with all my heart that I can do it. And you start to feel some emotion with it. That's motivation right there. But it's brought on by the mindfulness. So here's what the dictionary says that it is. The reason that motivation is the reason or reasons for acting or behaving a certain way, or the general desire or willingness to do something. A willingness to do something. What do you think of that? Do you have a willingness to do something? So we can fully create motivation, right? Remember, it's not going to come knocking at your door, but we create it by our focus, and that's where the mindfulness comes. So think about it this way. If you're thirsty, what are you going to do? Grab some water, maybe put a little hot milk mix in it, right? If you're thirsty, your motivation is a biological thing. You go and you pick up a glass of water. If you're tired, you go to sleep. Everything, this motivation, it creates an action, which then you get to do things, right? Then you get to do things. Hungry, you're going to look for food. Lonely, you're going to connect with some friends. This is just what we do, because motivation begins with mindfulness every single time. But it's fed by our biology. It's fed by emotion. It's fed by social connections. Sometimes social, it could be on one extreme. It could be social pressure, or it could be just this desire to fit in, or it could be, I want to do that too. Just you get to choose how you roll with that. And it also is part of our knowing, that beautiful self inside of you. You know about the beautiful self. We've talked about it. But that's your knowing is what feeds that motivation. There's my girl, Noreen. I'm so glad you're here. That's what feeds that motivation. And that is why motivation is such a force, okay? And it's all these things are produced, right? They produce motivation, and true motivation leads to action every single time, because otherwise it's just like, that sounds really good. You start to say the word but, and motivation just goes wah wah. It's just gone. Buts don't work. Butts are for sitting in chairs or whatever. But we need to do this. We need to do this because motivation is a force. Motivation is a powerful tool that we can pull out of our hearts, our beautiful selves at any time to move the needle in our life. So it pushes us, by the way, to our higher purpose. It creates an opportunity to fire on all cylinders. And when you go biology, social connections, emotions, your knowing, all of that, look at that. What you've got there is tremendous energy. And that energy can move you to your true north, to a vibrant life, to the very thing that you want, and the desire to get there, and the fuel for your fire. So this is, to me, is like the ultimate alignment assignment. And we always want to be in alignment. When we're out of alignment, our energy is just being sucked away. So being in alignment's everything. Being in alignment puts us into the place of lining up with the things that we truly want and having the actions behind them that just positively push us forward. You know that feeling. There is nothing like it. It's just everything's going. It's like a sled going down a hill. Fabulous, right? Yep. No more yeah buts. We like that. So if motivation is self-generated thing, it wildly differs from willpower. Because I've had people ask me all the time, I just can't get the willpower. Well, I want to say willpower is so overrated and it's so temporary, because motivation is positive, inspirational, and exciting, isn't it? I think it is. While willpower is kind of negative, it's demotivating, and it's boring, and it's short-lived, because it's hard to hold on to willpower. This is why it's so important to build an intentional environment to support the life that you really want to live. That's why it's so important to really get into the weeds and to set up 12-week goals instead of doing a whole year at a time. A whole year at a time, you know what that does? That's demotivating. That's saying requiring willpower. That's like, I can't even fathom how long that is. So when we go to this place of understanding that we can create self-discipline with this motivation and be more interested in that than all the other things, it's going to lead us to the place of consistency, and it's going to lead us to the place of inner wisdom. It's just going to. And it does that simply because we have set ourselves up for all of it. And our actions are in alignment with what it is that we're wanting. And boy, doesn't that work. And that's how you feed all of that. Where when you've got willpower, it's short term, like I said, and it demands perfection, doesn't it? Because willpower, one little slip, boom, the whole thing's gone. So I don't know about you, but anytime I've tried willpower and then it didn't work, it has to be perfect. That's what willpower demands. It does. And then when you don't do it, everything crashes and burns, and you're so disappointed. That's why I say all the time that willpower is entirely overrated. We don't need that as much as we need to be in alignment with the things that we want and to set up our environment intentionally. It's everything. It is everything. And when we have our rituals in the beginning and the end of the day, that bookend our lives, it's just, you can't fail, unless you go out of your way to just say, oh, I don't care, I'm going to go do this. You can't fail. You've set the whole thing up for success. It's really incredible. So here's what I want you to know. Motivation, though, still needs a support system. It does. You need the intentional environment, number one. You need to journal, number two. You need to meditate, number three. And number four, you need to have a community that is with you. Like-minded people, that's your lifting tide, floating all the boats. We get to do it together. That's why there's such incredible momentum that happens when we're doing things together. You've seen it. We just experienced it with the sprint, for heaven's sakes. And we had a lot of new people. We had people getting out there and shaking their grooving. Did you see Denise, by the way? I loved what Denise said. Denise was out there doing her 4-minute workout, and she videotaped it with her little granddaughter. So cute. That is incredible. Oh my goodness, Corliss, did you see what Corliss said? She said, I got a good compliment yesterday. My daughter-in-law's mother told me you can really tell that she's lost weight and it made her feel good. Of course it did. You're fabulous, Corliss. Of course it did. And you deserve that compliment, by the way. You've been working this program. So when we're living in consistent mindfulness, it's just motivating. It's motivating and it creates momentum for that motivation. And it helps us to become one with our alignment. We are in alignment, where actions are following the things that we want to do. You know, we're building that bridge. We have a bridge. We all do. We have that big gap. We're here. We want to go there. Well, there's a bridge that needs to be built, and you got to do the building. That's all there is to it. But you can be a happy builder about this. You could be delighted, as a matter of fact, about this. You can be the architect with this whole thing. It's highly customized and it's highly doable. And you have all the tools already. It's just a matter of opening that box and using them. So if we're going to go to this place of really experiencing vibrancy, finding our true north and truly feeling good about what our lives are, we need to harness this motivation. And it starts with mindfulness. Mindfulness. How about that? Did you know? Isn't that so? Did you find that encouraging? I sure hope so. I found this really encouraging writing it and doing the research on it. I just loved it. Motivation is something that we can bring within. We can bring it to our game. It's something that we get to feed. It's right here. It's here. Oh, good, Noreen. I was wondering why you were honking. Oh, my goodness. Susan said she's enjoying the loss of pain. Yep, that's one of the first signs that the sprint is worth doing. Isn't that so true? Well, ladies, I have to tell you, pinky's up to all of you. And thank you so much for trusting me with this journey of yours and being a part of our lives and letting me into yours. It really is an honor and a privilege. And I don't take that lightly. I appreciate all that you do. I appreciate the fact that you show up for these shows, you show up for our webinars, and you show up for learning and being better and taking this to the next level. It's so much fun. I can't tell you how much I love this. So don't forget about tonight. It's going to be interesting because I want you to understand what detox is and what it isn't. This is an important differentiator, okay? savingdinner.com/restore. I will see you tonight. I know I will. Hey, Shelly, I just saw you. Terry says, no pain, a lot of gain. This is so good. So good. Noreen's coming tonight. Yay. Thank you so much again for joining us. See you tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, savingdinner.com/restore. Bye. Peace be with you.
Thanks for watching. You can find us on YouTube on the Saving Dinner channel or on the Saving Dinner Facebook page. Check back daily for new episodes, Monday to Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you missed the live show, you can watch the replay. Until next time, pinkies up.